So Bobby, tell us how. I mean, you were here in the G League. Tell us how you kind of got here. So it's kind of start from how you got here from the first
Okay.
time you started coaching in the years and stuff.
Man, it was like I retired in '09. I went into the front office for like 2 years where I did scouting. I started coaching like in 2012. And I joined Keith Smart staff and Paul Westfall staff, and I was on the front of the bench. But I can tell you this: I didn't know nothing about being an assistant coach when I retired.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea, had no clue. So my first 3 years on the bench, like I'm trying to still figure it out. I didn't know the preparation, the meetings, and how to build an identity. Like my first 3 years, I didn't know nothing about that.
And you were in
So come,
Sacramento. You were in
yeah, in
Sacramento for a
Sacramento,
few years.
I'm working with the Sacramento Kings,
Okay.
right? And as a player, you got a bunch of ideas, but I didn't know how to put it on paper. I didn't know how to
Hmm.
organize it. I didn't know how to organize, you know, write a practice plan, right? Scheduling meetings, right? Player development. I didn't know how like ATOs, how to draw up an ATO. I didn't know none of that. So it took me some time. Like, some people learn faster than others. And I was one that learned really, really slow.
We know
Um,
you were at college at 27, Bobby. We know.
hey, listen, I wasn't fortunate to come out as a freshman
No,
and
no,
win a
I'm
national
not.
championship. I had to go to school for 5 years, my man.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not knocking you by no means. I'm just stating the obvious. Go. Sorry to interrupt you.
And that's the reason why I had a lady writing all my papers at the University of Minnesota. Hey,
Statute of
listen,
limitations is up, huh? You
They gonna
good.
take
ne-
your Final Four away.
hey, that shit is not even up. They took that shit all the way down,
Yeah. All right. Sorry to interrupt you, Bobby. Go. Keep going.
but it's all good. So yeah, man, those first 3 years, I didn't know anything. Then I actually ended up leaving SAC and going to Minnesota with Rick Alleman, and I was on his staff for a couple years. And then I started to formulate. I met his son David Adams, who's the head coach now,
Mhm.
and like he kind of sit me down and he kind of explained stuff to me. Really smart, understands the game at a high level. Been around the game for a long time, right? And then I started formulating my own game plans, my own philosophy, my own identity, how I wanted to do things. And then I came back to SAC, and I get into player development. And this is like 2000. I went to Minnesota for 14 to 16 and came back 17. And then I had got into player development. And that was when it was, I think it was Dave Yeager and then it was Luke. I worked with Dave Yeager and then Luke. Um, I was around for George Carl, but I wasn't on the court. So I just had that I had that responsibility to work with those guys, and I kind of learned a lot. Like Dave Yeager's really smart, Luke Walton's really smart. So you start to formulate your own ideas. And for me, I always tell all these young coaches that's around the game, like start writing stuff down that you like and you don't like, whether it's offensively, whether it's defensively, whether it's how practices are run, right? Tweak it and say, hey, I would do this rather than what we're doing right now. And like for me, that kind of made me kind of more see the game at a more higher level, and it allowed me to be more detailed, right? And I
Yeah.
was and for me, it like when I took over as the head coach for the G League team, the first year was hard, like because I didn't know what I was doing. Like I had an idea of what I wanted to look like, but the hardest thing for me, and Ty, you know this, is
Yeah.
those 30-second timeouts.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm trying to draw up a play, and you halfway through the play.
Yeah.
literally took me like a couple months to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, and so then I went to practice. I said, you know what? We just gonna have already our ATOs. We're gonna run
There
our
you go.
ATOs out of timeouts, and we're gonna drill them in practice. So when the timeout comes, this is what we run. I'm just gonna put a play call to it.
Yep.
Like, but it was a longer timeout, which was a minute and a half. I had time to draw up a play, but the 30 seconds, man,
It's fast.
it was like a
Yeah.
bunch of scribble scrabble on that board.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
had no idea. Then the guys would go out. I'm like, oh, well, just run push.
Yep. Yep.
It wasn't like the first couple months. It wasn't even a play ran
Yep.
because
Yep.
it was just too fast, and that was something that I had to kind of get adapted to. And then my first year I struggled. Then my second year it kind of came a little bit easier because I started organizing detailed things a little bit earlier in practice and running things so we didn't have to spend a lot of time on drawing up a play. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much it, man. I went from the G, then after my G League, we was really good. After my second year in the G League, we was really good. Philadelphia reached out. I think it was good for me, just for me to see something different, but also somebody give me a different shot at being on that coaching staff. And then I learned a lot from Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
Super talented, super bright, understands the game at a high level, right? And then I just came back. Doug took the job, and he offered me the second assistant job, and want me to be the head of the. He want me to be the head on the defensive side of the ball, and so I was like, I can't turn that down.
Yeah. 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 That's super dope, man. I don't know if you know B Jack, but I'm in a W now.
Yeah, I seen you with the Aces.
Yeah, yeah, man, and
Yeah,
bro, it's been super refreshing to come
yeah,
into the gym and I can be me. You know what I'm saying?
that's
Like
what
I
it's all
can,
about.
man, like our coach is Becky Hammond, super dope,
Uh
extremely
huh.
bright, brilliant basketball mind, but
Yep.
most importantly, man, she cares. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? She cares about the small details. She cares about us, our families, and I'm extremely grateful. And it's always good to work for somebody who knows you and who care about you. So, like, I think y'all gonna be super dope. Y'all gonna have a great staff, and man, y'all gonna really turn this thing around. And now you got
Yeah.
Mike. Mike is there. Like the whole gang is almost there now. You
Man,
know what I'm
we
saying?
are here. We are definitely here. And I would say this about Doug. Like, since I've been here, I like my summers. Like, I like to get out and I like to golf. Like,
Yeah,
these last 2 weeks working with him, I'm like, bro, he is on his shit.
yeah,
Like, he got us coming up with pillars and styles of play and DNAs, and he's like, "Yo, I want you to. This is how I want it done. I need you to map it out for me." And I'm like, "Bro, it's June." I'm like, "It's June, bro. We can get this done in September, like the first of September." Man, he ain't playing. So
yeah,
we in the office and we locked in. That's what I love about DC. Right? You know DC, he's very detailed, he's very organized, and he wanna prove people wrong.
yeah,
Like I can complain about the work right now, but I know the vision that he
yeah,
wants for the team and for the city.
yeah,
Right. And so
yeah,
it's been a privilege and an honor just to be and I've been in the office for like the last 2 weeks, and
yeah.
I feel like some weight just off my shoulders. Like I
Mm,
feel at home, and I
yeah,
feel good being around people that want to see
yeah,
me be successful and have
yeah,
some success, but also give me some responsibilities as a coach.
yeah,
So now you have a little leverage when you step on the floor. Like some
yeah,
coaches don't want you talking. Some coaches don't want you stepping on
yeah,
the floor running the drill. Because guess what? They're intimidated by that. Not
yeah.
DC. He's like, bro, I'm gonna let you grow. I'm gonna let you develop because I know what you got. So for me,
That's love.
that's huge, man. That's
Yeah,
huge, bro.
and even the passion that Doug has, so because I did a lot of the TV games uh, with Doug, and I mean, you know how Doug is, Bobby. He almost they had to hold him back on one of the games. I said, Doug, who you was about to go fight? He said, I mean, I was about to go bust that motherfucker's ass. He know I ain't the one. I told him I
That's
ain't
how
the
he
one.
talk.
I said,
That's
Doug,
how
you
he
can't
talk.
do that, man. But
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
his
that's
passion is
how he
crazy
talk,
though, man.
man. And you know
Y'all
me,
gonna
that's how I talk. It's
yeah,
just it's just refreshing to
Yeah.
walk
yeah.
in the office like, what up, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that to everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But the
yeah,
So
place
that's
wants to
refreshing
leave.
for us just to
yeah.
have that.
What's so crazy about it is I can't wait to see how you guys' identity is shown on the court. Typically, the defensive teams like they take on the identity of the coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's gonna be dope.